right now, we are pleased to be joined by Mathieu Olivier, who is here tonight signing autographs at the draft party at Nationwide Arena, and it is good to see you again, my friend. You look great.
Thank you. It's good to be here. It's good to see you guys. Usually I wait 5 months to see you guys, so it's good to be back. And
I hope it's not
cut
too
it
soon.
in half. No, it's perfect.
So, tell me about your summer.
Busy. First of all, obviously, we're training and started skate. And,
Oh, get away from that. We'll worry about that stuff. Tell me the fun stuff that you're doing.
I mean, honestly, it's all family time. A lot of my free time is just taking care of the family and thinking about different activities that we can do and being outside as much as we can, and when the weather allows it, and just taking this time to recharge the batteries and making sure we're ready to go when we get to September. Honestly.
See, I know that's the fun stuff for you because I know you love to spend time around your kids. You don't get all of that in the wintertime, so this is your time, Dad.
Yeah, it's the time for Dad to pick up some slack and for Mom to get a few nights out with her friends. So, but no, she obviously, we spend a lot of time together, and it's that's always the main focus every summer. I get up, I get ready for the season, then I go home and spend as much time as I can. So there's not much else to it. Seeing family and friends as well. We're we're not traveling this summer. We're not doing any of that. We're just kind of taking it easy and really just focusing on spending some quality time together.
This is your first off season locked into a long-term contract as an NHLer. So how does that change things for you?
I don't think it's changed much.
Okay.
Honestly, it's sometimes you talk to some people and they're like, oh, like you got it done now. You can kind of take it easy, take a day off here and there, and it's weird. But for me, it almost kind of adds not pressure, but there's more expectations that come with a contract like that. So you want to be even more ready, more focused. You don't have as many things to think about, right? You don't have as many question marks. You're just kind of focusing on the next season, and it almost makes it, for me, easier to push even harder and try to get as ready as I can.
You just said it, expectations looking forward to next season. Well, the Blue Jackets made one big move earlier today to acquire two big players, Miles Wood and Charlie Coyle from the Colorado Avalanche. What did you think when you first heard the news?
I thought it was great. Obviously, we're adding two guys that have been in the league for a while. I don't know them personally, just playing against them. They're two really solid players that obviously have different strengths, but that can add a ton to our group up front. So I'm excited to get to meet them, and obviously I think everyone on our team's excited for those two guys coming in and helping us out right away.
Everybody knows you for your physical play and your size. It's got to feel pretty good to be adding a little bit more bulk and a little bit more brawn to the Blue Jackets lineup, right?
Yeah, I think so, obviously. And again, watching the playoffs, we kind of see what works and what doesn't. Yeah. So, I think it's definitely for our team a step in the right direction, and both of those guys are the types of players that we needed to continue taking the next step into being a playoff team and making a push for the cup. So.
We're talking with Mathieu Olivier of the Blue Jackets, and we were talking earlier about the message that gets sent when a general manager makes that kind of a trade and what it means to the guys in the dressing room. What does it mean to you when you just seeing that one acquisition? Does that give you an idea of where Don really thinks this thing needs to go?
Well, yeah, obviously I think we're trying to make our team better, and we did. And I think everyone in that locker room, the way the season ended, missing by 1 point, it almost made it worse for us as players, and kind of added, I know me and the other guys all went to the summer and had a chip on our shoulder because we didn't miss by much, and we knew what our team was capable of, and obviously we thought we were a playoff team. We missed, and it's good to see that the management, obviously they see the same thing, and the coaches, and everyone wants to make our team better. So they're making moves to make that happen, and obviously now it kind of falls on us to meet those expectations next year, and I think it's really exciting, honestly.
Kind of a double-edged sword in some ways too, right? Because you had that group that was so special that you took that entire run with, and you guys didn't want to really change that group. You wanted to try to get it done with that group, and you don't. And now there are going to be changes. You still have some teammates that are could be unrestricted free agents, and you're at a point right now where you're not quite sure who's coming back from that group, who's not coming back. And what's that uncertainty like as one of the guys that's locked in knowing you're going to be there?
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a double-edged sword because you don't want to see anyone go. I think at the end of the day, it's out of my control, and the guys that are unrestricted or restricted, it's kind of out of their control as well. We never know how everything's going to unfold. So again, kind of it comes back to it a lot in hockey, but you want to just kind of stay in the moment and focus on what you can control, which is to get ready for the next season. And I'm confident that whatever group we have, we're going to keep that special bond in our group that we saw last year. We're going to keep moving that forward and obviously build us into the team that we want to be come the season and playoff time.
What do players think about this time of year? I know, like, JVR was a huge hot stove guy in that room, right? So, like, when the Blue Jackets make a move today or, July 1st free agency opens, are you guys chatting, texting about the moves, or you just kind of let it play out and then maybe you talk at that point?
I think, there might be guys, talking about it, and I've talked about previous moves as well in the past, but as of right now, I think we're just kind of seeing, how everything's going to unfold. There's so many rumors going around online. I mean, as players, as you start reading all those, and you just close it up. And you're like, I can't do this, and it doesn't even concern me, thankfully. But it's as players, you take a look at it, but you can't really do anything about it. So I think guys just kind of let it go, and once we're set and we're ready to roll here, then I'm sure we'll talk as a group and make sure everyone's on the same page before day one of training camp.
I always find that so fascinating because for us as broadcasters or fans, it's such a fun thing to see all these guys, move around. You guys all play fantasy football and stuff and know what it's like to watch from that aspect, but being a part of it's got to be completely wild and completely different.
Yeah, it's weird. It definitely is a weird feeling, but you kind of have to just disassociate from it and really just focus on, like I said, what you can control. And I know it's cliche, but it really is the only thing you can do in our case. And our job is to play on the ice and not to manage a team. So there's no point in getting into all of that.
Come on, we're all the smartest people in the world, right? We're all smarter than the people above us.
All Twitter warriors, all of us.
Hey, I want to ask you, last year was such a special season for you. Not just getting the extension, but you had the 18 goals. I mean, you were a force for this team. And I know you spent a lot of time working on your hands, and you wanted to prove that you were the guy that the numbers say that you were last year. Is there anything specific you're working on this year that maybe you felt like, last year was okay, but I can be better at this?
Yeah, there's always things. I think obviously a guy my size and the style I play, I think speed's always an emphasis. You always want to come back faster, quicker, stronger on your legs. That's a big point of emphasis for me. But like I mentioned earlier, obviously expectations are there now. And, whatever people say, my expectations are higher. And, I look at the season last year, and there was some good stretches. But like anyone else, there were some stretches where, maybe I was a little cold on the stat sheet, or maybe there were some things that I didn't think I was very effective in on the ice. And thankfully, overall, it was a good year. But the stats for me are the stats. They're going to come in certain ways, but I think the impact that I want to have on the game, the consistency of having that night in, night out, that was one thing that I liked about the season last year, and obviously that I want to bring again and improve upon.
Let's take the stats out of it. The fact that you were such a big contributor in so many ways. You're a leader on this team. There's no doubt about that. And if you're going to be a vocal guy, you've got to be able to put up, and you put up all year. Were you proud of that fact of it?
Well, it comes. It's always weird for me to talk about this because I don't. People say, "Oh, you're a leader. You're a leader." Well, you just do your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guys are leaders in their own way, and obviously I look at our captain group last year, and that's what they do best, is just show and lead by example. And when you look at that and look at what they do, it's easy to just emulate. So what you do want to have is a positive impact on your team. And so for me, if I had a positive impact on the ice, off the ice, in the room, perfect. That's what I want to accomplish. But it's not in thinking, oh, I have to be a leader, I have to be this and this. That's not the case. I think everyone in that room has some leadership in different ways, and you got to complement that leadership group and bring what you do every day. That's kind of how you bring that positive impact on your team.
All right, I like that. I'm using that with you from now on. I'm never saying leadership. I'm just going to talk about positive impact.
Sure.
Right? No.
That's all you want as a player, right?
It sounds like I'm kidding, but I mean it. No. I mean, it really, it fits exactly what you're talking about. Is dead on. I like that a lot.
Well, thank you, I guess. But
I mean, if you want to do seminars when you're done playing, a positive impact seminar.
Our broadcast, every time we broadcast, I just want to have a positive impact on our broadcast, right?
Yeah.
That's what anybody wants.
I come and go on that, but anyway.
Well, we have different roles on the team, but obviously you want your role to be, like I said, just have a good impact and bring the team in the right direction. So that's all you can focus on.
What are you doing from now to training camp? You back in Quebec? You staying around here? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'll be back and forth, I think. So we're kind of settling down into a new spot right now, so that's obviously a lot of work. But we like to spend our summers in Quebec. I have everything, my workouts, my ice, physio, all that stuff's all set up there, and obviously we're seeing family and friends. So we got that going on, and then coming here a couple of times to get everything set up, and I'm sure we'll be here a good while before training camp and enjoy a longer summer in Columbus than I'm used to. But I'm excited because what a day today was. It was beautiful outside, and I loved it. So I can't wait to get on the golf course and experience it firsthand.
Oh, yeah. It's been a little bit too hot for golf some days. If that's possible for some people, not for me. I'll go out at any time. But, hey, it's great to see you, man. And congratulations on settling in here. And when you get the family back and lock in for the season, can't wait to see you again. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm excited to get going. It's going to be a good year. I'm really excited, and I believe our group's heading in the right direction. So summer's been motivated. That's the best word for it.
Keep watching that social media. Maybe you find something.
I got to stay away from it. There's a nice big screen there. I'll just watch that. Yeah.
Mathieu Olivier with us here at Nationwide Arena at the 2025 Blue Jackets Draft Party. It's presented by Ohio Health. We'll be back with more right after this on 97.1 The Fan.